Hey there, this is Clay with RelationshipInnerGame.com, and in this video we're going to be talking about 5 signs that you are losing your chances with your ex. So this is obviously for people who are going through breakups, who want to work things out with their exes. And so, let's go ahead and get right into this. So the very first sign is that you are in damage control mode. So damage control mode is that sort of psychological mental place where you're just panicking all the time. Most of us go through this damage control phase immediately after a breakup, immediately after we find out that, our partner wants to leave us. And so we go into this initial panic. And for some people, this can last, maybe a couple days, but for others, it could last weeks or months even. And so the important thing to realize is that damage control mode, it's going to be almost impossible to create a real positive emotional connection with your ex as long as you're operating from this place of, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I have to call, for the 5th time today and find out what's going on. Let me just send one more text message. Let me just call and see if I can ask them why they're breaking up with me, just so I can get clarity or something like that. And that's not going to help you. In fact, it's actually going to drive your ex further away. So if you are operating from this place of damage control mode, just know that there's a very real possibility that you're going to be pushing your ex further and further away, despite whatever it is that you might be trying to do. So it's really, really important for you to get out of damage control mode if you want to get back together with your ex. Now, the second sign that you might be losing your ex is that you're keeping score with them instead of connecting with them on an emotional level. So in our previous videos, in our newsletter over at Relationship Inner Game, in our courses that we teach people on how to save their relationship, we talk about how the absolute most important thing that you could possibly do if you were going to get back together with your ex or save your relationship is to focus on the quality of the emotional connection between you and your ex, okay? And so one of the main ways that people screw this up, especially women out there, is that they keep score over just completely nonsensical things. So as an example, for our online course, I do a weekly question and answer thing with some of our students. And they can submit their questions, submit whatever they're going through, and ask a question about, hey, what do you think I should do given all this stuff I just shared or whatever. And one of the things that always surprises me is that people make a point to say whether or not their ex is initiating contact with them or whether or not they are the ones having to go out and initiate contact with their ex. Now, nowhere have I ever said that this is something that you should be keeping track of. Nowhere is this ever something that I have recommended that you keep a little logbook and say, okay, that's one time they've contacted me, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times that I've contacted them. I never say this because it is completely irrelevant whether or not you are contacting your ex or whether your ex is contacting you. What is most important is that you are having positive connection. So please give this idea of keeping score over who's contacting who more, over how long it's taking for them to reply, over how many times they're flaking out on you, over any number of other things. Okay, the most important thing that you should be focusing in on is not keeping score, not who's contacting who more, anything like that, but simply just whether or not the two of you are having positive emotional connections or not. Okay, that is the most important thing that you should be focusing on. Now, the third sign that you might be losing your ex is that you are focusing too much on your agenda. Okay, so again, by your agenda, I mean something like getting back together or, not feeling bad anymore, right? So like if you're operating from a place of, hey, I want you and me to get back together, that's not going to go over very well because it's not focusing on the emotional connection between the two of you. It's focusing on just, number one, completely ignoring wherever your ex is at emotionally, right? So they probably broke up with you for any number of reasons, and unless you can actually start to address those reasons and work through those, just trying to convince them to get back together with you is completely flat out ignoring where they're at emotionally. You're basically saying, screw you, I don't care where you're at emotionally, I want to get back together so I can feel better. And that's not gonna go over very well. I can tell you that from personal experience and also from working with some other people, okay? So you want to let go of your agenda and focus simply on, again, connecting with your ex on an emotional level. Because I doubt anyway that you really just want to get back together with your ex, right? At any cost. You wouldn't want to just be in a relationship with them. No, I mean, you don't want that. You want to be in a relationship with them and they're excited about it and they're thrilled to be together with you and the two of you are connecting and it's just snapping and sizzling and sexy and all of that stuff. And so that's what I'm guessing you really want. You don't want to just, log on to Facebook and just change your relationship status from, single or it's complicated or whatever back to in a relationship with so-and-so. You want to actually have that connection. So what I'm telling you to do is to let go of this agenda of getting your ex back and instead focus on the connection. Because when you focus on the connection, number one, you'll be getting what you really want, which is that connection. And number two, when you focus on the connection, getting back together will naturally happen. Because you're not going to get back together with your ex without the connection. So why not just focus on the connection and let the getting back together part occur organically, naturally, and automatically. Okay, and the fourth sign that you are losing your ex is that you're not demonstrating change. Okay, so it's pretty clear that your ex is not going to be walking back into the same relationship that they walked out of in the first place, right? You just wouldn't do that. There was some reason why your ex left the relationship, and they're not going to be walking back into that same relationship if nothing has changed. So it's really important for you to demonstrate change to your ex, to really show them that things are going to be different when they interact with you and if they decide to get back together with you. So it's really important that you do this. Now, oftentimes a lot of people won't actually demonstrate change and they'll just kind of focus on the emotional connection and all of that stuff. And sure, if the emotional connection is what was missing, then that's demonstrating change right there. But if it was something else, just focusing on the emotional connection, it might get your ex to the point where they're like talking to you again and everything like that. But ultimately, when it comes down to it, they're not going to choose to be back together with you because there is no actual belief on their part that things are going to be different. So you have to really demonstrate change. You have to really understand why your ex broke up with you and say, okay, is it because I didn't have any ambition and I was unemployed? If so, time to demonstrate some change, get some ambition and get a job, man. Or whatever it might be. And of course, obviously focus on the emotional connection, right? The fifth sign that we're going to be talking about today for when your ex, you're losing your ex, is if you're basically playing it too cool. And by too cool, I mean, there are places on the internet or certain videos on YouTube, let's just say, where people are encouraging you to kind of act aloof, trying to play these mind games, reverse psychology, play hard to get. Whoever cares the least controls the relationship kind of stuff, right? And this can cause people to act kind of too cool, where they just pretend like they just, don't give a damn about their ex. And I'm telling you that that's not going to help you get your ex back, unless your ex is some sort of horribly insecure person, in which case, do you really want to be with them? Really? Okay, but really, the whole playing it cool thing, hard to get thing, whoever cares the least thing, mind game thing, that's not going to help your ex feel excited about getting back together with you, because your ex wants to be in a relationship with somebody who actually does give a damn, who actually does care about them, who actually does want to open up to them, who actually does want to share every living, vibrating, vivid moment of life together with them, not on somebody who's too cool for school or anything like that. So please don't go with this, playing it cool thing. It's fine if you actually legitimately are cool, and that's just your authentic expression of who you are, but don't think that you need to put on some sort of act or play these mind games or, pretend to always be busier than you are or something like that in order to pique their curiosity or make them jealous or something like that. It's just BS. What you want to do is you want to just be 100% open and honest with them, the way that we've talked about on this YouTube channel, on our newsletter, in our courses and stuff like that, because that's what really is going to help you with your ex, okay? So again, if you want some help getting back together with your ex, please head on over to relationshipinnergame.com, sign up for our newsletter there after you just take a quick little survey telling us, what it is that you're going through right now. And then we'll start sending you tips, advice, and strategies to help you get back together with the person that you love. This has been Clay with Relationship Inner Game. If you like what we're doing here, please give us a thumbs up or go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that you can get new videos from us when we put new videos out. And please go ahead and get the conversation started down below in the comments section. If you've ever been through a breakup, if you've ever broken up with somebody, what were the signs that you were losing interest in that person? Please go ahead and leave your comments down below, get the conversation started, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.